Good morning, students. I hope all of you are safe and taking good care of yourselves. Students, today we are going to start chapter 6. I want something in cage. Before starting this chapter, I would like to ask some questions from you. What if you are bound to stay at your home and are not allowed by your parents to go outside and play with your friends? What if this corona pandemic remains like this and you are asked to stay at your homes for the next so many years? I'm sure you don't want to even imagine such type of situations. So, students, this story is all about a man who has just come out after spending 10 years in prison. He pays an uncanny visit to Mr. Purcell's pet shop. What he does next is the strangest act Mr. Purcell has ever seen. So, let's start reading this story and find out what exactly happens in this story. Mr. Purcell was a small, fussy man, red cheeks and a tight melon stomach. Large glasses so magnified his eyes as to give him the appearance of a wise and genial owl. He owned a pet shop. He sold cats and dogs and monkeys, dealt in fish food and bird seed, prescribed remedies for ailing canaries, and on his shelves were long rows of ornate and gilded cages. He even considered himself something of a professional man. So students, here basically the character sketch of Mr. Purcell is given. Mr. Purcell was a small and fussy man. He had red cheeks and a tight little stomach. He owned a pet shop which sold cats, dogs, monkeys, and birds. He also sold fish food and bird seeds along with the showy and gilded cages. He considered himself to be a professional man. Friends, gilded means something which is covered with the gold paint. This is the meaning of gilded. Clear? A constant stir of movement pervaded his shop, whispered twitters, sly rustling, squeals, cheeps, and sudden squeaks. Small feet scampered in frantic circles, frightened, bewildered, blindly seeking who knows that. Here, the word scamper means run with quick, light steps, especially through fear or excitement. Okay, this is the meaning of scamper. Now, let's read further. But the customers just kept coming in. Aren't they cute? Look at that little cage. They are sweet. This endless flicker of life pulsed across the shelves and all over the shop floor. And Mr. Purcell would smile briskly, rubbing his hands and emphatically shake his head. So, students, what is basically said in these paragraphs is that with so many pets and caged birds, there was an all pervading noise in Mr. Purcell's shop. Whispered twitters, sly rustling means whispering. Okay, then squeals means a long high pitched cry or noise you can say. Okay, frantic circles. Frantic means panic. Okay, Then squeaks. Squeak means making a high-pitched sound or cry. So the customers who came to the shop would not mind the noise, for they found several cute birds behind the cages. Mr. Purcell could not, but he was proud of his collection. Okay? The story now about to unfold happened on a rough wintry day. Strong winds blew against plate glass windows. The air was grey with a thick frost, and a smoke filled the entire city. Having completed his routine task, Mr. Purcell again mounted the high stool and unfolded his morning paper. Now, students, on the day when the strange customer came to the shop, Mr. Purcell had followed the same old routine. It was a cold morning and the air was thick with a grey frost. Mr. Purcell was sitting on his high stool reading his newspaper when the strange customer entered his shop. Okay, so this was basically the normal routine which Mr. Purcell used to do. What he used to do was he just sat on a high stool behind the counter. Then he started reading the newspaper thoroughly, each and everything, and he even used to advise like this is right or wrong, something like that. Okay, now there was a bell over the door that jingled whenever a customer entered. This morning, however, for the first time, Mr. Purcell could recall it failed to ring. Simply he glanced up, and there was the stranger standing right at the counter, face to face with him, as if he had materialized out of thin air. The storekeeper slid off his stool. From the first instant he knew instinctively, unreasonably, that the man hated him. But out of habit he rubbed his hands briskly together, smiled and nodded. So students, now unlike the usual days, he did not hear the bell over the door jingle. Despite various noises in his shop, it had never happened that Mr. Purcell did not hear the bell ring. The bell always jingled when a customer entered, but this time the bell did not jingle. So, students, usually the Mr. Purcell did not believe in ghosts, but now when the bell didn't jingle, he's thinking that whether a ghost come in his shop. Okay. Now let's read further. The man's shiny shoes squeaked forward. His suit was cheap, ill-fitting, but obviously new. He had a shuttling glance and close-cropped hair, ignoring Purcell for the moment. He rolled his gaze around the shadowy shop. Purcell clasped both hands across his melon-like stomach and smiled importantly. Now, students, the moment the strange customer entered the shop, Mr. Purcell knew that the customer disliked him. Now the reason behind this you'll get to know at the end. Okay, so just listen the story patiently. So now Mr. Purcell knew that the customer disliked him. Now I'll tell you the basic character sketch of this person, of this customer. So this customer wore shiny shoes, but his suit, though new, was ill-fitted and cheap. He ignored the owner of the shop and cast a quick glance over the contents placed on the shelves. And on being asked by Mr. Purcell, the man said that he wanted something in a cage. Okay, now the customer is saying to Mr. Purcell that I want something which is in a cage. Okay, now students, this was very it was very a unique demand which was being made by the customer. Okay, so something that was small, not being very clear about what he wanted. Mr. Purcell offered him a white rat. Okay, then Mr. Purcell say, okay, something in a cage. It means you want some rats. Now the customer is saying, no, not rats. Something with wings, something that flies. Okay, then Mr. Purcell said, okay, something that flies. It means you need a bird. Then the customer says, yes, I need a bird. Okay. So here the Mr. Purcell indicated the birds, and finally the customer, that strange customer, selected the two doves that were in the cage. Okay. Now let's see what further happens. Now these lines are being said by Mr. Purcell. 550 and a very reasonable price. They are a fine pair. Then the customer said, 550? I had liked to have these birds, but this is all I have got, just $5. My dear man, if you want them that badly, you can certainly have them for $5. The man was obviously crestfallen. He hesitantly produced his $5 and laid them on the counter. Now students, what happens is that the customer asked Mr. Purcell if he would know that how much time he spent to earn these $5. So now students, basically Mr. Purcell tell him the price. Okay, he tell him the price of that doves. He's saying that for 55 rupees I'll give you these doves. Then the customer brought out $5 note and told Mr. Purcell that that was all he had. Okay, then Mr. Purcell, realizing that it was still a profitable deal, he agreed to it, and Mr. Purcell handed over the cage with a pair of doves to his customer. Okay. Mr. Purcell tottered on tiptoe, unhooked the cage, and handed it to his customer. The man cocked his head to one side, listening to constant chittering, the rushing scurry of the shop. On seeing Mr. Purcell, he blurted, "That's not that noise. Doesn't it get to you?" The merchant wanted to order him out of the shop, but oddly enough he couldn't. He heard himself dutifully asking, "Noise? What noise? I can hear nothing unusual. I mean, all this caged stuff drives you crazy, doesn't it?" Yes, certainly I guess so. Listen, how long had you think it took me to make the $5? Why? How long did it take you? Now students, finally that strange customer, now he asked a very strange question to Mr. Purcell. He asked Mr. Purcell that if he would know how much time he spent to earn $5. Mr. Purcell, unable to answer, asked a customer to provide the details. Okay. Basically, the customer is asking a question from 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 Mr. Purcell that can you tell me that can you guess how much time I have taken to earn these $5? Now, Mr. Purcell was not able to answer this strange question, so he further put a question to customer only. He asked him that you only tell me how much time it take to you earn these $5. Then, then the customer answered that it took him 10 years of hard labor to earn those $5. Okay, now this customer went on to say that in the place where he sent, where in the place where he spent that time, one only manages to earn $5 and a cheap suit along with a warning to never be caught again. Okay, so basically he didn't tell Mr. Purcell what exactly he was doing earlier, that from where he had earned these $5. So indirectly he is trying to giving answer. Okay. Now, about the care and feeding of your doves, I would advise. Now, students, basically, the Mr. Purcell is telling the customer that how you can take care of these birds. So now he tell the customers all about this, and finally the customer took that cage of birds and left the shop. Okay. Now at the same time, staring out of the window, Mr. Purcell saw his customer holding the cage above his shoulders and unlocking it. Okay, you can see in the picture also. He basically goes out of the shop and unlock the cage and let the dove flew high in the sky. So then after some time he let another bird also flew high in the sky. Now this was very shocking act. Mr. Purcell was very shocked. Okay, this was the strange act which is being talked about in the whole story. Okay, a little while ago the customer had desperately wanted the doves and was negotiating so as to attain them, and in the next moment only he released them without a reflection. He just released the doves. This was the strange act that few minutes before he was bargaining for those doves, and few minutes after he just left those doves. Okay. So Mr. Purcell could not understand this strange act but felt vaguely insulted. Okay, so students, this was the strange act which that customer performed. Okay, so if you are asked that what do you think, what why this customer flee these birds, these doves? So students, it's a simple answer that he knew the importance of freedom. Why? Because he was in the jail for the last 10 years. And after 10 years, he was out of the jail. So he knew what the freedom is. So when he saw these birds, these doves in the cage, he felt very bad for them. And finally, he took that cage and flee the birds. Okay. So every human being, whether it's an animal or so every living being, whether it's an animal or human, they have the right of freedom. Clear? So this was all about the story. Just read the story once, and if you have any queries, you can post that in your group. Thank you.